it's time that we look at the literature review. I've gone ahead and opened up the draft just for those of you who can go ahead and get started on it. Obviously, the annotated bibliography that you're working on, if you are redoing it, anyway, the one that was due Saturday night now has been postponed to Wednesday. That's part of your research, and so hopefully you'll be able to use that source that you did the annotated bibliography on for your lit review. Anyway, I just want to remind you that you have specific instructions for the literature review part. So your big term paper, that it's going to be in two parts and we put them together. So literature review comes first, and I think this is probably the hardest of the whole thing is the literature review. So we're going to get the hardest out of the way first. And then you're going to do the interviews, and then we'll put it all together for one paper, and then we'll move into the project. So now is literature review, and so I've gone ahead and moved this term paper and project FYI down so it has some linked resources, and you'll find literature review instructions and a sample lit review here. So we're going to look at those two right now. So review the instructions for the literature review. This is a paper. And this is where you are focusing on the sources you've pulled and you're tying in concepts that relate to resilience. You're looking at resilience for yourself and making some connections, okay? And so this is very personal. It should still be in third person point of view, but you really have a lot of freedom here in how you want to approach this. Okay, so I have a sample paper provided for you. Now, this paper deals with the concept of growth mindset. So just imagine if this said resilience instead of growth mindset. Think about that as you look at this sample paper. I didn't want to give you one on resilience because I want you to be able to, use all the resources. So this one's about growth mindset. And I'm not going to read this to you. I want you to read it over yourself. But please pay attention just to the structure. So when I ask for a literature review draft, this is the format that I expect to see it in. Because when you put everything together, these are the different components that will be there. So go ahead and give it a little heading of literature review. And then as instructed, you should have an introduction paragraph that would be here. And then, just like we're doing with resilience, go ahead and make a little subheading. This case is what is growth mindset. Yours will say what is resilience. And then you're going to review what the literature says. And that's, it is what it says it is. It's a literature review. And then you will come down and hear how can a growth mindset be developed. Yours is how can resilience be developed. Again, what does the research say about that? Then you will conclude, have a concluding paragraph, and then you will do a works cited page for your literature review. This is the area that I say you need 6 sources in. This one has a few more than that, I think. And just like you guys have to do, this student sample here selected the Perkins Goff and the Carol Dweck as the two from the class, and then the rest are all personal selections, okay, for growth mindset. So literature review, read over this paper and see if you have any questions about how it works. I think I might do a second video just going through the paper, but I don't want to do that here. I just want to point out the fact that this exists and that you should be using it to help guide you as you write your own literature review. Thanks a lot.